and welcome to GumbyYoga number 22. This is Sandy Thorpe, and we're going to do some fun things today, getting into some interesting poses from different positions, including some variations on side crane, Ardha Bakasana. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's bring the legs into a cross-leg position and roll shoulders up and around. And again, inhale up and around. And let's walk the hands forward. Sliding up, bring the hands behind you, press the knees down and push the hips up. So we're rolling the shoulders back, just opening up the hips. Getting a good stretch here. Hip flexors. And release, bring the hips down. Let's come off to your right side. Bring the left arm up and over. And inhale up, off to the left. Inhale back up. Let's change the leg positions. Walking the hands forward again, just sliding out in front. Walking and walking. Walk the hands back in, bring the hands behind you. Fingers going away from you. Push the knees down, hips up. Open up the chest. And bring the hips down. And let's again go off to your right. Inhale up, off to your left. And inhale back up. So let's bring the legs out in front. And today for your props, you might need your bag of tricks. You might need a towel or blanket, just kind of folded in thirds works fine. Or a block if you have one. If you don't, Kleenex box works fine. Always good to keep that right up. Actually, let's keep both of those right up towards the front of your mat. And let's stretch the legs out in front and inhale all the way up. Exhale forward. And again, inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale forward. So we're just stretching out the hamstrings here. Walking your hands forward, wrapping your fingers around your toes, bringing your head to your knees. And one more time, again, inhale up. Exhale forward. And let's slide up. Let's bring it to hands and knees. And let's just round the back all the way up into a quick cat. Arch the back the other way to cow. Back to neutral. Let's push back into child's pose. Stretch the arms way out in front into extended child's pose. And tuck the toes, pull the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Shifting forward into plank. Lower down to chaturanga, up into up dog. Flip the toes and bring it back into down dog. Push back again, stretching out the hamstrings. Let's again come forward into plank. Lower down to chaturanga, up into up dog. Flip the toes and back into down dog. And let's raise the right leg up. Bring the right knee to your nose, shifting into a plank. Bring the knee to your right knee, to your right elbow, and then off to your left. And send it back up. And again, knee comes forward into a plank. Knee to the right elbow, knee to the left. Let's bring it back into plank. And let's push back into down dog. Left leg comes up. Come forward, bring the knee to your nose, send it back. Back into your plank. Knee to one elbow, knee to the other elbow, back. And again, knee to one elbow, other elbow, back into down dog. Let's bring both feet in the ground. Come forward into plank. Lower down to your chaturanga and up into up dog. Flip the toes, back into down dog. Let's bring the right leg up again and bring the right knee forward. Place the foot in between your hands. Drop the left knee, flip the left foot. Sweep the arms up and let the hips settle in forward. So we're stretching out the hip flexors here. Let's bring the hands down to the mat and shift your weight back. Bring your nose to your right kneecap. Option here to walk all the way back so you're sitting on your left heel. Option, you can also sit on your block if you have one, or on your blanket. Walk the hands forward, bring your nose to your right knee. Another hamstring stretch. And let's lift up the hips, walk the hands forward, tuck the left toe, lift the knee off the ground, send the right leg back into downward facing dog. And again, back into plank, lower down, up into up dog. Flip the toes, back into down dog, and raise the left leg up. Bring the left knee forward, place the left foot in between your hands, drop the right knee, flip the right toe, and we're going to sweep the arms up, let the hips settle in. You should be feeling some good stretches here in your right hip flexor. Keep the hands down to the mat and shift your weight back. Straighten out your left leg, bring your nose to your left knee, and option to walk all the way back. Blanket underneath your left hip if you want. Walk the hands forward. Stretching out the left hamstring. And let's lift up the hips. Walk the hands forward. Bring the blanket back up towards the front of your mat, the towel. Tuck the right toe, lift the knee off the ground, send the left leg back into downward facing dog. And let's come forward into plank. Lower down to chaturanga, to up dog. Flip the toes, back into down dog. And let's raise the right leg up again. Bring the right foot forward. Place that foot in between your hands. And left foot is going to plant flat in the ground. And coming up into warrior one. Hips square to the mat. Shoulders square to the mat. Arms reaching up. And let's inhale up. Exhale into warrior two. Right arm to the front. Left arm behind you. Reach forward. Flip the right palm up. Left hand slides down the back of your leg into reverse or peaceful warrior. And inhale up. Exhale into warrior two. Let's reach forward, bring the right elbow to the right knee, left arm up. One big straight line from your left hand to your left foot into extended side angle. And then sweep both hands down to the mat. Shift your weight to your right foot. Walk your hands about a foot in front of your right toes. Bring it into first a modified warrior three, sometimes called 3-point balance. And then release the arms up into warrior three. Arms can be out to the front, they can be out to the sides, or they can be in prayer. Let's step back into warrior one. Left foot plants flat in the ground, 45-degree angle. Arms sweep up. And inhale up, swan dive out. Exhale down. Step the right foot back into downward facing dog. Shift forward into plank. Lower down to chaturanga. Down dog. Flip the toes and come back into downward facing dog. And let's raise the left leg up. Left foot comes forward, facing between your hands. Right foot plants flat in the ground. Bring it up. Warrior one. Settling in, stretching up. Inhale up. Exhale into warrior two. And reach forward. Put the left palm up. Right hand slides down the back of your leg into peaceful warrior. Inhale up. Back into warrior two. Let's reach forward again. Bring the left elbow to your left knee, right arm. One big straight line, right hand to right foot into extended side angle. And then sweep both hands down to the mat. Shift your weight to your left foot, walk your hands forward. Bring it into first a 3-point balance. And then release the hands up into warrior 3. Again, all the variations of arms, front, sides, here. Step back into warrior 1. Either bend back in your left knee. And inhale up, swan dive out. Exhale down, step back into downward facing dog. And come forward into plank. Forward down to chaturanga. Up into up dog. Hook the toes, back into down dog. From down dog, we're going to come into some twists. Just for some deeper stretches. So let's take your left hand, reach back and find your right ankle. And twist off towards the right side. Let's release. Right hand finds the left ankle. And release. And let's hop or walk right into a squat. Front of your mat. From your squat, let's walk your hands off to the right, twist off to the side, back to center, walk your hands off to the left, back to center. Let's open up the knees, hands are planted, flat in the ground, move your blocks so it's not in your way of your head. We're going to bring it into Bakasana, crane. And lifting up the hips, shifting the weight forward. Clamp your knees right on to where your triceps are. Stretch out the arms if you can. If not, you can always make a shelf with your elbows. Directing your gaze about a foot in front of you. Holding your Bakasana. And an option here, jump back into plank. Otherwise, walk back, forward down to chaturanga, and up into up dog. Let's drop down to your knees and push right back into child's pose. Stretch it out. And from child's pose, walk your hands off to the right, push your hips off to the left. Come back to center. Let's come back to center. Let's walk your hands off to the left. Slide the hips off to the right. Hands back to center, hips back to center. From child's pose, tuck the toes, pull the hips up and back. Into downward facing dog, stretching out the hamstrings. From down dog, let's raise the right leg up, let the leg flop over, and then either hold it here or flip into wild thing. Foot comes down, push the hips up, arch the back, reach the arm to the front. If you flipped, let's flip back, right leg up, sweep that right foot forward, placing it between your hands. Left foot is going to plant flat in the ground. And coming back into our warrior 1. Shifting your weight to your right foot. Coming back into warrior 3. We were here earlier. Dipping down to a 3-point balance. And then hold it here, or you can bring it into a one-legged balance. Right hand comes closer to the foot, left hand on the ankle, head comes down to the knee, and reach that left leg up high as you can get it. Maybe even both hands on the ankle. Let's walk back to a 3-point balance. push off the mat, going back into warrior three. And let's come all the way up and shift your weight to your left foot. And the right foot is going to come up into tree, Vrikshasana. So below the knee, even down on the mat, just below the knee or above the knee. Stretching up. And see if you can maybe take your left hand, find the left hip, right hand. You can find the right knee. Let's pull the foot off the leg, twist it to the front. Take your left hand, place it on that knee. Sweep your right arm to the back. So again, a big twist. Option here to hold it here, or grab a hold of that toe. Let's release, bring it back to the front of your mat. Inhale all the way up, pull up. That's one dive out, exhale down. Inhale up to a flat back, exhale down. Let's hop or walk back into plank. Go down to chaturanga and up into up dog. Flip the toes, back into downward facing dog. And let's raise the left leg up. Let the left leg flop over, knee points up to the sky. And again, hold it here or flap all the way. So the foot comes down, hold it to the sky. Great big arch to that back. Big stretch all the way around. Around wild thing, flip back into down dog, left leg up. Left knee comes forward. Place the foot in between your knees. Right foot plants. Sweep it back up into warrior one. Shift your weight to your left foot. Right leg is going to pull up behind you, floating up into warrior three. Dipping down into a 3-point balance. Maybe into one-legged balance, left hand closer to the foot, right hand on the ankle. Head down to the knee, leg up to the sky. Again, maybe both hands on the ankle. Bring it back to a 3-point balance. Push back off, back into warrior three. And then come all the way up. Shift that weight to your right foot. Left foot is going to come up into tree. Stretching up through the spine. So I'm going to mirror you and face you so you can maybe see what's going on here from a different perspective. So from your tree, stretching up, maybe your right hand to the right hip. Left hand can come to the knee, release the foot, sweep the leg to the front, change hands. Bring the right arm to the back. Options again. Maybe grab a hold of that foot. Stretch it out into a Shiva. Let's release. Bring both feet in the ground. Inhale all the way up. Pull up. Swan dive out. Exhale down. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale down. While we're here, now is a good time to move your towel, blanket, just place it off to the right side, kind of where your hands are. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale down. Let's hop or walk back into plank. Chaturanga and up into up dog. Flip the toes. Back into downward facing dog. And so down dog. Let's come back into plank. Bring bring the left hand to the center, release the right arm up into side plank. So all the various options here. Foot can be up. Tried like a side tree variation today. Arm comes down. Bring that right foot all the way forward, up into a lunge, and we're going to release all the way up into a high lunge. So you're on your back toes, stretching out. Let's bring the hands down to heart center. And let's come lower, lowering the hips, lowering the torso. And then twist off to your right. See if you can get that elbow over the knee. Maybe open up the arms here. Now, if you can have a hand down to the mat, that will help you with our next move. So from here, bring your left foot forward, and we're bringing it right into a twisted chair. Let's release and bring the hips down and bring both hands down to the mat. And you want to have the hands pretty much on either side of your blanket, just as a little crash pad. Take your left elbow, push it into the outside of your right knee. If that hand shifts in, bring the other hand in so they're equidistant. Right elbow finds the right hip bone, and then we just come down. Let's release, come back up, push back up, stretch back out into standing forward fold. Inhale up to a flat back, exhale down. Let's hop or walk back into plank. Lower down, sweep it up. Flip the toes, back into down dog. And let's come back into plank again. This time bring your right hand to the center. And left arm is going to reach up. So again, the side tree option. I'm going to give that a try. Arm comes down, left foot comes forward, up into a lunge, and release, up into our high lunge. Start heart center, coming lower and lower. You may want to slide that right foot out behind you, twisting off to your left this time. So again, if you think you might need it, you can move your blanket off to the left side, open up the arms. Right hand down. Step the right foot forward, and we're coming into the side chair. Both hands down the back. Right elbow pushes into the outside of your left knee. Left elbow to the left hip, and coming forward. I'm going to twist so that you can see it from a different angle here. And we just let the head come down. Maybe all the way down. Pull back up. And let's release. Let's bring it down to hands and knees from here. Rounding the back all the way up. Arch the back. And back to neutral. Let's pull the torso up. And roll the shoulders up and around. And again, inhale up. Around, start to arch the back a little bit. And inhale up and around, arch the back, and start to shift backwards. Let your hands find your heels. Push the hips forward, stretching out the quads. Let's raise your left arm up. And shift off to your right side. We're just going to swim around off to the left. And back. Push the hips forward. Bring the hand down to the mat. And swim around to the right. Plant the hand on your heel. Great big stretches. Nice for the lower back. Let's try one more. Lock the hands. Round to the other side, left hand finds the heel, right arm lifts up. And release. From here, let's bring the hips down to the mat. And sweep the legs forward. I'm going to face you, but you want to be lengthwise on your mat. And let's inhale all the way up. Exhale forward. And again, inhale, come all the way up. Exhale forward. And then one more time. And as we do this, we are then going to roll back. So you want to have your feet right up towards the front of your mat. So as we exhale forward, bring your hands just above your feet. Just going to round back, roll down. And we're coming lower, and lower. And let's come all the way down. Plant the hands and let the legs come up. Maybe open up the legs, just stretch out your inner thighs. Bring the legs up and hold it here or lift up and into shoulder stand. Again, maybe open up the legs. Inhale up. Exhale all the way over into plow. Release the hands. Slowly roll down, bringing the back down to the mat. So that your back comes down and the legs are up. And let's leave your left leg up, bring the right leg down, bring the arms off to both sides, and bring that left leg all the way off to your right. Great big spinal twist. And inhale, bring that one up. Exhale down. And other leg is going to come up, bring it off to the left side. And inhale. Let's bring both legs up, bring the arms all the way overhead. And exhale, reach up, find your toes. Stretch out the hamstrings. Open up the legs and the knees. Bring it into happy baby. You rock from side to side. Push your back and back. And come back to center. Let's hold the left knee in, extend the right leg out. Right knee comes in, left leg goes out. Both knees all the way in. Stretch both legs all the way up. Very slowly start to lower the legs, coming lower and lower and lower and lower. And then finally releasing all the way down. Into our final Shavasana. Taking just a few moments here to release and letting the hips settle in, breathing, come back to a more normal pace as the heart rate slows down. Aware of the breath coming in, chest rises, exhale out, chest deflates. Again, big breath in, and a big breath out. Yeah, one more of those, big breath in, exhale, breath out, and roll off to your right side into the fetal position. Being aware of the change in position, different body parts touching the mat. Being aware of sinking into the mat. Letting the mat envelop you, comfort you, hold you. And when you're ready, you can push it up to an easy seated position. Stretching up through the spine, rolling the shoulders up and around. Again, inhale up and around. And let's very gently roll the head around, just stretching out the neck. All the way back. all the way around. And back to neutral. And coming into one big breath to conclude our practice today. Take a great big inhale. Sweep all the way up. And exhale all the way down to heart center. And the light that's in me. There's the light in you. Be aware of that light. Cherish that light. And hold that light